up, comic fans? And it's time for that new comic book day haul. So we're gonna get into the haul. We're gonna get to all these books I picked up that aren't even from this week, and then we're gonna get into the books from this week, and we're gonna do it right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up if you like the content. And comment down below. Let's get right into the books. We got a lot of books. Your boy was out for a while. Didn't get to really do his haul videos. So I had to pick up like 2 weeks worth of books. Plus I picked up a few extras. In no particular order are we going to go through these haul videos. But we're going to start off with little Spider-Man 83 and 84. I had to catch up because 85 came out this week. It's good. That's it. It's not great. Maybe a little better than Nick Spencer's run, but they keep changing the writer, so you know it's a little, I guess, disjointed at times. You know, you're not quite sure where the story's going, but they got some good writers on it, so it's not bad. The art's really good. Moving on, we got Venom number 3. This is the Villain Reign cover. It was kind of like a throw-in at one of my local shops, so I didn't want to say no. Rod Reese cover. You know, you got the leader in the black Spider-Man suit. Yeah, cool. All right. Moving on, we got Moon Knight number 6. Haven't read it yet. Gonna catch up on this one. Like I said, I was out for a while, so I tried to catch up as much as I could on this week's books. But Moon Knight number 6, I actually really like the Moon Knight series. This is the first Moon Knight series that's really like locked me in. So yeah, digging it. We got Once in Future 23. I really gotta catch up on Once in Future. I am behind. I'm like on issue 16 or something. I'm falling behind Major League on that one, so we gotta catch up. We got Nita Hall's Nightmare Blog, number 3. I read the first 2, so we're gonna read number 3. I like it. It's fun. It's interesting. We'll see where it goes. All right. What else we got? We got Nocterra. We got the Blacktop Bill special. I missed reading this one, so we're gonna catch up there. We got Stray Dogs Dog Days. All right. I really like the Stray Dog series, so I had to get the Dog Days issue. So we got that, and I really like Nocterra too. Scott Snyder's knocking it out of the park with that. We've got that ever coveted Thor 20, so I gotta read this issue, catch up on that. One of my LCSs actually shorted me a copy of Thor 20. So I should have at least 2 copies of that, but I have one. Spawn 325. I've been liking Spawn, you know. It's nothing groundbreaking. If you like Spawn as a character, get the book. And if you don't like Spawn, probably stay away. It's not the best written. The art's usually pretty good. The covers are spectacular. And it's only $2.99. Here we have Batman Detective Comics 1047. Alright, gotta read this, which means I didn't read 1048 for this week. But this is Mariko Tamaki. Alright. And I think Ivan Reis does the art on this one. But yeah. And you got Matthew Rosenberg doing the backup story. Then I got that Batman 119, Batman vs. Abyss. I gotta read this one too. I am falling behind on my Batman books, and that is no bueno. And then the last book I picked up was that Swamp Thing, Green Hell, Black Label, magazine size, Jeff Lemire book. Because who doesn't love a little Jeff Lemire? And that book for some reason spiked. Not so much in terms of price, just in terms of sales. What is it, $6.99 book? You could probably still get it on eBay for about $10. So, plenty of production out there. All right, then we've got that Punisher Armory Volume 1. This popped up on the Key Collector app. Seems to have spiked to like $15, $20 book. Low print count on this, but more towards the back end of the run actually. So issue number one probably has more copies, more of a print count than the end of the other books. But yeah, so I managed to pick that up in the bin. I think it was like $4. I got 20% off on that. Then we got Meet the Scrolls. I tend to pick this up anytime I can. I think this might be a fun Disney story, like Disney Plus. It's a nice spec book. It's the first appearance of the Warners. This is, for all accounts, a pretty mint copy. Maybe a little stuff towards the bottom, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I got a couple of copies of these. I tend to pick it up whenever I can. It was 20% off, so it wasn't $4.50. It was probably like $3 and change. All right, and then we picked up some 1 in 10s at 20% off. So we got that 1 in 10 Proctor Valley Road #1, which has been optioned. And then this is labeled as a 1 in 10, but it's actually a 1 in 25. And this is Basilisk #1. So we picked that up. So boosh, who knew? Comic Book Shop didn't know because they had it listed as a 1 in 10 for $8, and it's 1 in 25. Now that's not to say I got a great deal on it, because if you go on eBay, they're about $8 to $10 anyway, maybe $12 with shipping. You're looking at like a $15 book anyway, so kind of $8. Yeah, ooh. But anyway, these were some just a couple of spec books I picked up this week. So nothing major. We'll see if anything pops, and if nothing pops, we'll put it in the save it for later container. Anyway, I don't really sell books anyway like that, but if something does pop, occasionally I will post something. All right, so what do we got? We got Batman Detective 1048. All right, did not read it yet because I didn't read 1047 as we went through all the other books. But I'm looking forward to getting into this. I like Mariko Tamaki. My big issue, I think, with Batman Detective is that story, that Shadows of the Bat, I think is supposed to be like weekly, and that's a lot. $5 a pop to have to read that weekly. I mean, when comics were a lot cheaper, maybe that was a thing that could happen. I mean, still a thing that could happen, right? Obviously, I'm buying them, but it's a little expensive, guys. A little expensive. All right. So now we've got Daredevil Woman Without Fear #1, Chip Zdarsky. I loved the Daredevil run, and it came to an end, so I'm glad they're doing Woman Without Fear. This is, I believe, a miniseries, but it's really cool. It's got a first appearance of some character, and I don't remember her name, but it's the person from The Hand who trains her. What is it, Zara? I don't no, it's not Zara. Anyway, yeah, it's got a first character appearance in there, but it's also a really good story. And you got I'm spoiler alert, okay? So if you want, pause it for like 2 seconds, fast forward. Craven the Hunter's in there. All right, but it's, if you read the solicitations, you pretty much know that. All right, next up is Savage Avengers #28. Okay, this is what I believe to be the last book in Savage Avengers by Jerry Dugan, and I think this is coming back in March. But yeah, this was a really awesome book, and it was a really cool way to introduce Conan to the Marvel Universe, okay? I mean, the curb stomp zombies in this book. I wouldn't say curb stomp, they definitely beat down zombies. Wolverine, Punisher, Kang the Conqueror, Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Elektra, Black Widow, trying to think of anybody, Brother Voodoo, a lot of characters in there. All right, so it was a really good read. I really enjoyed it. Savage Avengers. Kind of sad that it's ending, along with a bunch of other Jerry Dugan books, but he's got to focus on the X-Men titles right now. Which brings us to the next book by Dugan, The Marauders, #27. This also was the last book by Dugan in this series. This might come back too, though. Probably in March as well. But it was really good. We followed Kitty Pryde, and we followed the Ice Queen. The White Queen. Call her the Ice Queen. She's Virginia. Iceman became like a mega level mutant in this book. Pyro had a really good, role. Became a really key character in here. Sebastian Shaw, you still hated him. Love to hate him even more. So it was a good book. Bishop's here. Really good. Marauders. I'll miss that series. All right. Next up, we got Star Wars High Republic, Eye of the Storm. It's a good introduction to this story that they're telling. Okay, so Charles Soule did the book. This is a Ryan Brown cover, and it's a good read. But it's an introductory read, right? So when you read that, it's a lot of setup. They're going to be setting up that Star Wars High Republic Eye of the Storm, okay? Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, number 3. This is a funny book. It's fun. It's a good, you can even call it a YA, young adult book. But I just love the kind of homage cover that you got going on here, okay? But she's got the arrow with the punching glove. So I thought that was cool. I had to grab it. Whether I will continue with it's only 5 issues, so I probably will. It's fun. It's a fun book, but you know, if you're trying to cut back on books, sometimes you gotta cut the fun ones out. That's just, you know, a fun ride. It introduces Kate Bishop's sister, and so forth. And speaking of sisters, we've got Bloodstone, Death of Doctor Strange, number 1. This is the B cover. A cover was sold out. But this also introduces Lyra Bloodstone, the sister. So, yeah, I didn't read it yet. We'll see. I like the Death of Doctor Strange book, so we'll see how this offshoot, you know, how that works into it. Next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man 85. This is Ziegler, Dustin Ziegler, who I believe is like a cohort slash mentee of Zeb Wells. So what I will say about this is I didn't hate Spider-Man 85, and it sounds like we're going back to like when Nick Spencer days or whatever of Amazing Spider-Man, or Nick Lowe, right? I forgot his name already, whoever wrote the last ASM run. It was so, no. But no, let me say this. Character development is very important. That's what the last ASM was missing. It was just a lot of Kuyuk, Amazing Spider-Man, right? There wasn't too much in the way of development of Peter Parker, and in this case, here you have Ben Reilly. And what I like about this book, and what I can appreciate what this Amazing Spider-Man arc and run is doing as opposed to the last one, is that it's given us character development. There is growth in these characters, okay? So that's what I appreciate about Amazing Spider-Man 85, and that's what's going to keep me on the book, even though the stories to me are still kind of subpar, is that character development, something that was missing from the previous run. All right, next up, we're going into the indies. We have Stillwater, number 12. I like the Stillwater series, but I didn't read this book. Definitely worth checking out. It's about a town where people can't die if you haven't, read it yet. And, the people revolt, and then kind of this military state erupts, and people are trying to, take over the town and find a way to make everything work. It's an interesting book. I would definitely invest in it. It's a Chip Zdarsky book. Can do no wrong with Chip Zdarsky. Next up, we have The Scorched. This is the Greg Capullo cover. What I can say about this book is the cover is probably the best part. Let me see. This is not the A cover, so I just want to see. This is the C cover. All right, and we're stuck. I usually use the self-adhesive bags, but I had some left that weren't self-adhesive, and I used it on The Scorched. I tend to use it on the books I like the least. And The Scorched got it. Is it hot doo-doo water? Pretty close. All right, and I only use that term when I really need to say that something's not great. As that it was pretty much a coined phrase by one of the late greats here on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it or anything. Awesome cover by Greg Capullo. You might want to stay away from this one. Kind of throws you in the middle of some kind of story that semi makes sense. I don't know. It's cool seeing all the spawns work together as a whole, but that's about the only great thing I say. And the art's not bad. All right. Next up, and I don't know why the flap's up on this one, because I actually like this one. It is King of Spies, and this is not a self-adhesive bag. So guys, you may have caught me in a lie. Or maybe I just didn't have self-adhesive bags at the time that I got this book. But anyway, King of Spies, love this book. If you go on my IG, I did a short review of the first one, kind of, extolling the virtues of this book, King of Spies. I don't want to give away too much because we're only in issue 2, but basically you got a spy who's got 6 months to live. He is out to get revenge. He knows he was part of this cog, this government corporate cog that kind of kept the people in check, and now he's got to go out there and, well, he doesn't have to, but he wants to go out there and make things right, and making things right is killing people in high places who did bad things. And what does that mean? It means former presidents, it means prime ministers, it means government officials, it means other spies. So he's out there on a mission, not giving up, and just killing whoever or whomever he thought did wrong or bad, alright? So comic fans, that is my new comic book day haul. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, comment down below, share this if you want. Do what you do, I'ma do what I do. I'ma get ready for next week's books. Thank you for joining me. Peace!